Hi children, welcome to grade 6 English and this is our revision session of chapter 1 Uncle Podger hangs a picture. And let us start this session with a prayer. Let us pray God and thank Him for giving us this wonderful opportunity for learning. All of you sit straight and close your eyes. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam kamaya om shanti shanti shanti. Children, rub your hands together and keep it on your eyes. Open your eyes gently and slowly. Now we are going to do revision of chapter 1 Uncle Podger hangs a picture. As we all know, we have learned the concept connection, determiners, that is articles and quantifiers in this chapter along with the story. Now let us start with the story. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. Here the story is all about Uncle Podger and the people in his house, and they all together try to hang a picture. Uncle Podger is an inefficient person and he always give each and everyone in their house certain job when he is going to undertake a job, right? Yeah. And he will split the works into equal portions and he will be giving it to each and every person in his family. Like that, all the persons in his house helped him to hang a picture. Even with so much difficulty, he finished hanging it on the wall, but it looked very crooked and insecure. It was about to fall, and they faced lot of difficulties as Uncle Podger have only a very little knowledge of that job. That is hanging a picture on a wall, right? And in this story, what you have learned, children? A little knowledge about something is always very dangerous. When you are going to do a particular task, what you should do? We should be clear about what we have to do and how we have to do that job. Unless or otherwise we are very clear with it, we should not undertake a job. And a very little knowledge about something is always very dangerous. I hope you are all clear with the story and the moral you have learned, children. And now we are moving on to our practice zone 1. And here they have given you 7 questions about the story. I have already told you to complete these questions in your note, and I will be posting you the material for this practice zone 1 in grade 6 English Google Classroom. You can copy it in your English note and you can refer it for your assessment. And now we are moving on to concept connection of chapter 1, and that is determiners. Yes? A determiner is a word that introduces a noun. It always comes before a noun to modify it. And they are always followed by a noun. Determiner will tell you how definite or general a noun is, whether it is one or more than one, or whether a noun is countable or uncountable. And determiners is divided into many types, and in this chapter we have seen articles and quantifiers. Now let us revise articles. A, an, and the are the three articles, right? Articles can be divided into indefinite articles and definite article. There are two indefinite articles, that is a and an. They do not state which person or thing is being talked about. It will not tell you anything about that person in particular. Yes? And where we will use a. The article a is used before singular countable nouns that begin with the consonant or consonant sound. It may be consonant letter or consonant sound. And for example, they have given you some exceptions of using a. She will join a university. He has a unique talent. These words university and unique start with U, which is a vowel. But the beginning sound of the consonant Y as in U. Yes, university, unique. Here it starts with the sound Y. So we are using a before university and unique. Understood, children? Yeah. A always used before a consonant letter or consonant sound, and this is the exception as it starts with consonant sound, that is the letter of Y. Next one is use of an. The article an is also used before singular countable nouns that begin with a vowel or vowel sound. Yes, the article an is used before singular countable nouns that begin with vowel or vowel sound. Words beginning with A, E, I, O and U. Use of an. For example, I ate an egg for breakfast. She treated me to an ice cream. And exceptions of using an. For example, an hour has 60 minutes. He is an honest man. Here, the words hour and honest start with a consonant letter H, but begins with vowel sound. So we use an before it. Here, H is silent in these words are and honest. Right? It starts with vowel sound O. Yes, children. So we are using an before it. Next, we are moving on to definite article. In indefinite article, we have seen a and an. Now we are moving on to definite article. What is a definite article? The. Okay. And where we will use the. Some of the important uses of the are to refer to things, objects or people that have already been mentioned before. When you are writing a paragraph, while you are starting that paragraph, you should mention as a or an. When you are repeating the same nouns again in your paragraph, you will be using the, because you are talking about that particular noun you have mentioned earlier. Right, children? Example, Krish went to a garden. The garden was very beautiful. Yes? Next one is to identify a specific person or object in a sentence. For example, the vase that you gave me is beautiful. Specific person or object. When you are mentioning it, you will be using the. And to refer to the objects which are one of their kind, if they are only one. For example, the earth, the moon, the sun. And next one is before a singular common noun that stands for its entire group. A noun that stands for its entire group. For example, the lion is the king of the jungle. Yes? And before the names of rivers, seas, oceans, trains, books, newspapers, deserts, mountain ranges. Okay, all these starts with the. Yes, children? Yeah. And now we are moving on to our next determiner, that is quantifiers. Quantifiers are also determiners that come before a noun and modify it. Yes, they provide information about the quantity of the noun. Yes, and some quantifiers they have given here, children. Some, few, little, none, each, a few, a little, any, many, every, much, and all. Okay, first we are going to see about some and any. Some and any are used when referring to a quantity. For example, there is some juice for you. Is there any hot chocolate left for me? Some is used with countable and uncountable nouns. It is used with both countable and uncountable. For example, there are some biscuits in the jar. Biscuits are countable. There is some rice in the bowl. Here rice is uncountable. And next one is much and many. Much and many are used to express a large quantity of something. If the noun is singular and uncountable, we use much. If the noun is plural and countable, we use many. For example, how much time do you have? Here, time is singular but uncountable. So, we are using much. How many friends do you have? Here, friends is plural and also countable. So, we are using many. Yes? Okay. Much is used with nouns we cannot count. For example, water, money, smoke. Many is used with the plural form of nouns we can count. Cars, sunglasses, people. Now I hope you are clear with this, children. And next one is a few and few, a little and little. A few and a little are used to suggest a small quantity of something. A few is used with countable nouns and a little is used with uncountable nouns. And there is also a difference in the usage of a few and also a little and little. A few suggests quantity in a positive way, right? But few suggests quantity in a negative manner. Few means you are having very less, only one or two you are having. Okay, and a few means that there is some amount available, whereas few means that there is almost none available. It may be only one or two. For example, this place has a few restaurants, not many. Okay, and there are few people who are sincere. It may be there are only very few people, it may be one or two, they are sincere, almost none. Yes children. Next, a little effort goes a long way. Some amount of effort, okay, they are talking about. So they have used a little. I have little time to catch the train, I have very small time left. Yes, so they have used little time, almost none. Yes children. Yeah, and each and every, each refers to everyone of a group taken separately, and every refers to all of a group. Every refers to all the persons in the group, but each refers to a single person, that is a particular person in a group. For example, each child is different and every child should be given a good education, right? Yeah, and when there are two things to refer to, we only use each. They can be used interchangeably at times. In general, every is used when there are many members of a group. She carried a bag in each hand. Every person standing in the room was asked to get their belongings checked. Yes, clear children? Yeah. And now we are moving on to all and none. We use all with plural, countable and uncountable nouns to talk about the total number of people or things in a group. When we are talking about total number of people or things in a whole, in a group, we say all. For example, all the students were present for the seminar. All important decisions were taken by them. Yes, and none. None is used to refer to not any of a given number or group of things. For example, nothing. There is nothing here. Okay, if you are going to mention not any of a given number or group of things, we will be using none. For example, none of these boys were involved in the school event. Nobody were involved. For that you will be using none. None of the students were interested in studying. Nobody is interested in studying. Okay, for that they have mentioned none of the students, right? And I hope you are clear with the story Uncle Podger hangs a picture, and also the concept connection determiners. That is, in this we have seen articles and quantifiers, right children? You refer the book, read it properly, or refer the previous videos and session, so that you will be very clear about this chapter children. If you have any queries, you can post it in Google Classroom. And I am going to give you some homework for this session. I have attached some worksheets for articles and quantifiers, right? And first one is articles worksheet. You have to fill in the correct articles here. And second worksheet is also about articles. You have to fill in the correct articles. And here they have given choose the best answer. Here it is about quantifiers. You have to pick the correct suitable quantifiers. And the second worksheet is also about quantifiers: many, much, a few, a little, some, any, right? You can refer the book or you can refer this video once again if you have any doubts regarding this children, and it will be easy for you to complete all these worksheets here. And complete the worksheets and submit it on grade 6 English Google Classroom. I hope you enjoy this session with me, and in our next session we are going to do an assessment. So prepare well for your chapter 1 assessment to be held on our next session, right? And I will be sending you materials in Google Classroom for practice zone 1. Yes children, you can refer the book, You can read the story, you can refer our previous video and prepare well for your assessment. Right, children? And stay home, stay safe, and thank you so much, children.